I am Bilal Morris, and this is Belizean Legends. As Belizeans, we have a great history of achievement. We are fortunate to witness some magnificent athletic performances. We've been privileged to enjoy great musical concerts from extraordinary musical artists. As a nation, we have struggled politically, but also made great progress. Culturally, we continue to evolve as a society. Where were you when some of these incredible moments occurred? Belizean Legends will transcend you back into time to relive some of these spectacular events and offer some behind-the-scenes perspective on the untold stories, as well as updating you on the individual lives featured in this series.
We tell them when we got to put one show together for the Belizean artists, because by then nothing much will happen for the Belizean artists. As a matter of fact, we reached the stage where I think either the first or the second show, because we have one team, right? And we had to say take back with Septemba, because Septemba may actually a lot of the foreign artists may come in now and they actually invade the Septemba, you know. Yeah. And then
you know,
yes, all of these guys
taking the money out of the country.
And you know, all of these folks. Yeah. And nothing exactly really happened for the Belizean artists, like Calypso Rose, all of these guys. And so we really thought that the time we get back, you know, get back and start to take back where it used to be for us, right? First year we actually put our band together, you know, back the artists then. The band, the bass Castillo, his brother Ellsworth, and we had this guy, we used to play drum for Santino's Messengers. He was a drummer, you know, and we just put a nice band together for back the artists, and we just put some fest together, man, and you know, it was a success. The artists, they were happy, you know, and everything, and we just gone from there, you know. What
year that you actually started?
2002.
The show started on what? 2000 and what?
Which one?
Belizean Musicians Past and Present started when?
Belize Musicians Past and Present, Belize Musicians Past and Present started 95.
95, and then you had another one where you used to come on.
Belizean Beat, we have Belizean Beat.
That started at the same time?
No, it started 1 year later.
1 year later?
Belizean Beat, one year Belize Musicians Past and Present, 1 year older than Belizean Beat, right? Because when we started Belize Musicians Past and Present, we were in the 11 to 12 time slot. And a lot of people, the show just gone on the radio, and a lot of people started to call and get excited for the show, because we used to carry in like the Spirit Feet and all of these guys, and Rock Hard Show and Junior Young, and you know, and people start to hear it, and so on. People start to get excited for the show, but they had a lot of complaint about it at the time slot where we now were 11 to 12, and when people kind of busy, and you know, and so it never take long before we change up and we're going to 6:30 right after the news, or 7, you know, whenever the news done. So we had from 7 till 8:30 where we used to have, and then Vanetta DJV used to come on 8:30. DJV used to read the news, and then Vanetta, yeah, very nice lady. Yeah. And so she used to go home and try to get back in time for take over her 8:30 slot, but somehow a lot of the time when I get back in time, you know. So then one day she just said to us, why don't I go till 9, and so that one give me more time. The guys, then the manager, everybody may agree with it, and so we end up to get like 2 hours and change for the show. And then now we're in the evening slot, and everybody just, you know, get interested in the show. They start to hear about the harmonics, the vibration, the professional art river, Morgan and impression, full on this with inspiration and all this way. They never made hear about before, you know. And so the show get excited, because some of the names I would call, some of the people then would say, why, you know that my cousin, or you know, my cousin used to play in a harmonics, or you know, my cousin used to play with Glenn Good and things like that, right? So afterwards the show just take off, man, you know. And 17 years now we did that show, right? So,
17 years now?
Yeah.
So one of them was the Belizean Musician Past and Present was 1 year older. Belizean Beat was the first
Yeah,
the first one.
yeah.
Both of them about 17 years old now.
Well, the 116 or 117, right? Yeah, because Belizean beat.
And then Tony, when did Songfest start? When did you start?
Songfest start. I think well, Songfest 11 years old this year, right? Yeah, Songfest start 2002. I think 2002 years. That kind of gives me the idea about it, right? Because like I said, man allowed me to do it, but then you never have a radio outlet where you go to the radio and even the radio Belize at the time, they never give you interviews and things like that, right? The biggest was that the guys, like for example, when I do King of the Country, I give JC, the KREM, and then Van used to the radio Belize never gone in yet, right? But seeing Van used to like check out JC, whatever, because by the time a lot of the artists from city bands and radio guys and the music scene, so yeah, so that then I'm in the music when they in. So Van does follow JC, so I guess when Van heard JC they play King of the Country, and this Van actually said on the radio like, why Tony Wright? I want one of them never, you know, and so I got over and I carried to and Van and JC the two of them play the music.
How did the strategy work after you started Songfest, and along with Belizean Beat and Belizean Pass and Belizean Musician Pass and President, I mean, 3 weapons we were going to use to try to give the Belizean artists their time after we had that domination by Barley, Calypsos and Lara and all these foreign artists, right? No disrespect to the Caribbean artists. You still may have competition.
Yeah. There was still a big struggle for convince the Belizean public now that the Belizean artist is as good as the foreign artist, you know. Yeah. One of the things was that when we started Belize Musicians Past and Present, we major concern was at the time was listen. Anytime when they have some kind of event with Belizean artists, you get some mic when they work good, you not get the best of some system. And I was then, how you expect for you produce or for you sound good if you not have equipment where you could work with some good, right? One carpenter, if it's sauna shop, you know, you just not got to do it correct, and so this is how we will discuss, and then you know we say we artists then, and then when the foreign artists then they come, then we had a major concern was listen, when the foreign artists come, we need to have Belizean artists on a show with them too. And the Belizean artists need to play through the same system. I got to always congratulate the artist name, because you know the artist name just give them time, and this because when we started like an NGO, we never have no, up to this day we never have no big packative and things like that, right? And then Carnival came in, well, Carnival made it too.
To that. You set up as an NGO, being a non-governmental organization,
right,
you register and everything.
Register everything, organization, register everything,
very
right?
good.
Yes,
you're
yes.
serious doing it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And so, well, I guess some people were, like at the time said they went on, we legal advisor, and so we gone and register the organization, build up and everything. But still, the people, when we started the Songfest, for instance, we started at $7, and we still couldn't like put in the amount of people in the civic where we think, you know, and we think about it, we go over it, we talk to the artists, but then say, listen, we're not give up, man, we are continue the struggle, right? And so we work with every single body gone to Songfest already, you name them, Brother David, Sir Peters, and the Palatial, and Ray-Ban, Bobo, Chico Ramos. All of them guys were hip-hop, Lila Vernon, everybody worked.
You can say that you have got all the, you would say most of, or maybe most of all the Belizean artists performance on festival.
Almost all. So that had a major role for play, like I said, from the starting, because of Belize Musicians Past and Present, the association came into being. So in fact, we were so close with them at one stage when we started that you had people who had problem with KREM or whatever, and why this vote that because of KREM or thing like that, right?
Yeah.
And we had to convince them, listen, this is not KREM, this is our organization, but we had to be close to them because of our part we get the kickstart.
How niche did you work with you?
Yeah, we had one very good.
Even before niche come about, the so-called National Institute of Culture issue, we had this, what we call bliss.
In fact, yeah, sure, at the time, because he, when he get over Carnival and turned president and nature, so he was open to ideas, you know, and he just been what. But first, he had people wrong our way. They're like people where they, you know, where we learn how to tell them. Don't do all thing and thing, right? Because when me and him first meet, we had the friends of opinion, for instance, he got on my show, and he said that he come for promote Lobster Fest thing, and I thought, you can't promote Lobster Fest, man, that Belize. And he said, why not? I said, because I grew up in Crown, Tuba, Base, Snook, and then we are talking about that Lobster Fest, Tilapia, sorry, Tilapia Fest. Yeah, Tilapia Fest thing.
You're a preserver.
Yeah, man, we are putting about Tilapia Fest.
Yeah, and that makes me to ask you, is Carnival authentically Belizean?
No, not really, not really. They bring nothing from the Caribbean, whatever.
Was that a problem for you when you started Songfest, and with what your objective were when you were doing the music shows and to try to promote Belizean music? Did Carnival create some kind of confusion for you?
Well,
just like the foreign artists, then when they come up and leave me to come here and promote that stuff.
I'll call it Carnival group. Girls, everything when they use them, right from coconut straw and the coconut bag and everything, you know. And so what happened was, though, like later on when they privatized the Carnival, the people that were involved in the Carnival, the big people, and so they got to all of the business people there, and they started pump Carnival, promote that big time. That the big people they never care to deal with some fest and all of this everything on Carnival. In fact, it gets so bad that at one stage they plan to put the Carnival on the 10th of September. We had a problem with sponsors for some fest because there a lot of money with the pump in the Carnival, a lot of money, big. And so the people don't pay a lot much mind to the music, you know. We have to have the musicians then involved in the September celebrations more, and so we need to make the musicians start to write patriotic song and have a patriotic song competition, right? The first one actually happened inside Songfest, and people afterwards last year whatever when they come in and they try to kill that, like we start with them, right? But they don't start today because we have posted everything showing that we start there, right? So and they gone with that, and then later on we said, listen, the next move we have to make now, that make the Carnival people they use Belizean music for play Carnival, for the Carnival thing. Why? Well, that's not a hard uphill for these people because they were tired to Lee and with music not fast enough fun with music. I got this, yes, and music I got that. Yeah, so we had a struggle. In fact, even now, even up to this day, well, you know, afterwards. To the 25th anniversary of Belize, me and Renee we do some hard work and we put together all the patriotic songs then from double CD where we have mostly for the people who are coming dignitaries and different things, right? And so that will work. And then now we're going to Carnival now, and there was the problem that they can't dance Belizean music from Carnival, and then rather do some Wilbur and leave rather than they do free songs, right? Then they started to actually promote the Carnival song competition. Maybe from here before last, I think. Our idea when we come up with that was that the Carnival song competition have to be in about March, right? And then the competition, then the 10 final song up on CD and give to the Carnival bands them so that they could as you notice, Carnival song competition happened just before the Carnival or something, but I have to do that. And then we bought the ones in the fan last, so that never even played on the radio or nothing like that. So basically, whether the purpose then for a Carnival song competition, Trinidad and all of these places, April Carnival song they come out, right? So why we are doing a Carnival song competition and release the song after when this year one few of the bands still use like last year Carnival music on the street and maybe Burn, and they use both a couple from this year's, but that they break day. At the time we started Songfest, every year we identify 3 artists where we give award to. Every year, and the same thing. we give award to Mr. Peters, Brother David, Vernon, right? So they every year. First we used to get the stuff named from the Brown. We used to give away, and then later we have these folks from Houston, Texas. Miss Carol and Palma West decided that they give away the trophy there. So I mean, right here this year we gave Melanie Gillette, and then when Melanie gave trophy, she was so excited. So
you know you have an invasion and all in dance all that.
Right. But well, again, what happened is, if you see what happened now, I believe all of the radio stations them invaded by the younger people, right? And a lot of these people are also business people, promoters, right? So then you find that every single afternoon, you know, that believes from 2 o'clock right up till about 5 or something, all you hear alone dance hall and you know where they make their money and so.
So it's not a positive sort of thing in music. You create the most positive thing with your show when you encourage Belizean musicians to produce and to create. And the music is positive.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, they have a lot of and something I wonder about where they go on about this, right? Because for instance, we have never get any support from Channel 5, right? But yet Channel 5 do karaoke and they pay $10,000 for somebody saying Mama look bamboo there, and they do a lot of silliness, you know what I mean? When I have nothing to do with Belize or Belize music. So then sometimes you wonder if these people, this is they're not the intention really for make Belizean artists excel or get anyway, you think? So we now later for the last 4 years, 3 years, we also started the Father's Day song competition and concert, right? We are every year, and we got to say thank and praise to, and because of the support, every year after some fest at least we have one money to put in, and we are covered. So when June comes along, we ready for start Father's Day song. Actually, we put up the money, $1,000 for first place, 500 for second place, and 300. And again, Miss Carol and they always send the trophy and things like that, right? And we also are saying, listen, this is how we really put, and if any business out there that want to donate to the prize, you know, when I get no response, right? And so that a part that is the struggle where they have, because when we started that, all of the artists said, I don't know if I write about my papa, I can my pan never this and my pan never that, and we like, it's not about your past. That Father's Day, you write by yourself, you can make a song about who you're the one,
you are the father.
Right. And so we convince them, right? And so over the last 3 years, every year we get one good selection of artists sending in their songs and things like that, you think? So that again, that one we showed. Now Father's Day song competition and concert, I make no money. We basically always just get back with money where we put in, right? And that basically, when you start the idea for now, you know, it grow and it pick up, and then we always go offer more to the artists and things. But
10th of September parade, that's how I used to remember it as a boy, right up into present day. We had a certain style. No offense against Carnival, but we had a certain style. I remember I was part of a little band where I used to come up in off of Glen Street near the Lad Pan Band.
Okay.
We couldn't buy drums.
Right.
We asked some drummers.
Right.
Now this is it's $22,000 in Carnival.
$22,000. That's the budget we're going to Carnival.
For next.
That $22,000.
That's
the Carnival. The Carnival costs far more than $22,000. That already then donate to the Carnival, right?
Yeah, some festivals they get it.
And we not get nothing much
That's
right
more
from
original.
them. Yeah, Carnival coming now, Carnival get big, a lot of big bills with behind even the government. The pumpkin like that. And like I tell you, they get so big that they decide that this year they nearly broke up the tent, right? Because when Telejammers gone in, Telejammers hire me for write a song for them, right? Write the song for them, boy, everything. And well, it's the second year because they allowed them the first year. And then like everybody jump on Telejammers and whatnot. So then I had to write the song for Telejammers, everything. And they approve of the song and everything, and then they ban Telejammers out of the Carnival, right? Because they said a lot of people were left the Carnival group had to spend so much money, and they only had to pay about $10, $6 for the t-shirt, and they get whistle and they get all kind of things, so the whole band me there behind. because that's the year I may also for the pan truck, and then they bring in Baran Lee gone in with one girl from here, Lisa Tucker, not Lisa Tucker, Lisa Machine. But she made one song with Baran Lee, yes, and so then gone in and they do this. Now they said that they win at the Carnival, road march, went to Miami, right? So then after the Carnival done, the winners then come, we had some of them on my show, they started telling me, so what everybody going to Miami now, and I said, no, that's not going to sort of hook up the finance to go to Miami going, right? So there was a whole lot of things that happened, yeah, a whole lot of things.
You got to Miami in October thing where, again, the Belize have sent out one Carnival crew to that, no?
Well, what happened was now, that when the Belizeans there from New York and things find out that all the group there are Miami, Jamaica, they stop go to Belize and they go to Miami, go spend the money and go the Carnival over there. And we send for a couple of one band like Ray Band Megan and you know a few bands and so sudden one now all of the money where does that when you go to Memorial Park Sunday evening, the ice cream man sold out, the Pepitos man sold out, the peanuts man sold out, the cashew seed man sold out.
You see how you patronize the local artists, vendors, everybody.
Everybody hustle to make a little something, right? And so then all of that get dried up, right? Because all the money pumping at the Carnival. By the time they notice, they catch us what they go on. The guys that run the Carnival, they don't get a hack out and then drop the Carnival. Now they force them, well, listen, I have to come up with the one money or thing like that.
The business community benefit from Carnival for advertising at the Carnival.
Yes.
They're not going into that for nothing. They know how they put.
Right. But most of the rum and the brand thing, promotion and thing. And Carnival still the one of the biggest thing, you know, the Septemba celebration. I mean, you know, but the thing is that like the people there where they pump the money in it now, they're not the business people again. Very few business in there now.
So what is the 10th of September parade that you used to know it only still exists? Every 10th of September, what we got?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. The people then behind it.
That's really the only thing when you got that you have the Songfest during the commemorate that time, right?
That's on the Belizean music
show where you commemorate that time.
Yes.
Which is like a replacement for you're keeping preserve the Battle of the Banner idea.
Or Belize of Belize,
but Belize and everything that got wiped out.
Right.
But the parade, as we know it.
Man, listen.
You don't have it on 10th?
No, yeah, the parade is on the 10th, but listen, I like, gonna know how, because just before they lose the election, I got to Yashar until I think the time we published one magazine, audio and video of 40 years of Belizean music, right? And Yashar tell me, boy, I think that's a good idea that to know. Yeah. And Yashar even give me a magazine, not a magazine, a folder. One folder with Belizean musicians from the 50s, right? 50s and the 60s. So we done may look for put that together and we may have to come up with it. He don't agree, so we started to work on it, right? And then lose the election. So then after that, when everything get back in place, I got to tourist board, right? And me and Happy Gladden got to tourist board and we talked to the guy where we run tourist board, and I sat down with a guy in the office for like 2 hours, me and Nappy, and we gone over why we should have produced this album and why we should have done this video, and we kind of tell him, that's not a problem, right? Because for instance, I have like at the time maybe 13, 14 years of audio and video and Belizean artists, right? So we could find everything like Cleveland Berry, Brother David, Mr. Peter, and even from way back,
Cleveland Berry.
Yeah, wow. Cleveland Berry. We have all of them, right? And even from way back from like Nedaka Tuesdays, Bill Nick John Crow.
Anything with Nelson Diamond?
Nelson Diamond, we had all of them there. Big. And so we talked to this guy, and the man say, yeah, man, he say, yes, he said, I think that's a good idea too, and man, yeah, we want to do this thing big, and so when I look at it, I say, I pass, and they got in the yard, and I got upstairs, and I tell the secretary that I come to see the guy, and he said, he's not there, so I tell him, yeah, man, because I see him downstairs, so then, girl say or whatever I call her, and then the girl send the security for her with a big umbrella. But I say he never come up because you know I walk in a water or something at the start, you know. And after that, I see him a couple of times, and that was that. He never really interested no more into that, right? I talked to Greg Fernan about it afterwards. We dropped it down to 30 years when we celebrate the 30th anniversary. And the same until we happy. Then our problem, but we just want the support for get the magazine print and things like that, right? I mean, what agency like that could find sponsor, and then even they spend their money because once niche and they talk to the government and different people, then they sponsor the magazine. They still don't like them and they spend a lot of money. And then they carry it down to 25 when Belize got 25th anniversary. Say, okay, make we do on 25th anniversary. The same thing we have all of them, Lord Ray-Ban, Brother David, Mr. Peter, you know, and the Balasa, Super G, everybody from way back, Harmonist, Vibration, Professor. We have the music and in fact, one brother when I made the talk about it, gave me even bring me a picture of vibrations, right? What then and give this guy, the story was that like the $500,000 and give him a hotel, Belizean Beach, but one state of the art, stage there and whatnot. And this guy used to live on KREM Radio. I used to brag and boast, oh man, this is the way they, you know, when they do it and yeah, be good and a lot of things, and I like, why now the artists will have somewhere, you know, nice super money done and nobody asks nothing, and this, now that this Coast Guard take over Belizean Beach, and you know, nobody say, nobody from both of the party never ask me, where party money they make all this thing done, and you know. So when I look for situation back home, my brother, I take the young people there. Because when we grew up in Belize, we used to play everything. Ball, basketball, you know, boxing, every sport you just do now, it might not be a profession, but you have to do and leave it to all of these things. So, you know, we find out that no more boxing there. Some of the guys that were just called ragamuffin back in Africa days, they turn boxer and they go beat up some Mexican or Mexican beat them, whatever. In a matter you know this part, then does the energy go. And so you have them a lot of flow show used today, you know, with the artists them all over the place, Paris Theatre, Eden Theatre, you know, Memorial Park, all kind of shows. So the young people used to have something for turn to. First of all, money not put aside for culture. We have always talked about arts and culture. Now you have one of the ways for that. You have tourist village right there, for instance. There is where apart from a lot of opportunities should have been for the artists, right? Whichever artist, as long as a Belizean music or thing, then they sing and thing, tourist village supposed to be available for them.
So besides right? Just women, the braid people here.
The braid here.
Give the artists a little chance to perform.
Yeah, both supposed to be halfway when they play in land and then people they come in or crew, whether they're young people or not, they play some Belizean music, and there's a lot of areas where are available. But again, like I said, these people part of, I guess, hustle and part of like they ain't really don't know what they do. And because two of my concern was
I think the musical ambassador we have in the Palace, we should have like one like that. No, a vision like for young people where they locked away in the streets, they wasted talent.
I think everything I believe is that politics, and you know, the thing was that under the PUP we used to send with people that carry festa. Every year we send one crew that carry festa, right? Every year we send one crew that Chiapas and things like that. All over the place we send the group, the Caribbean, my name group Dangriga, the Japan. So we had one whole lot of people when they go out. And so, when we gone through niche, right, at the time, especially Carry Festa and Chiapas, this was where, and then Chatamala, so the 15th and the 16th of September, we used to have one booth out there where handicraft center used to manage, right? And so, and then they just go to you and carry your music over there. And then so they had a whole big booth and so with Belizean
not happening anymore.
Not happening no more, right? And if they do happen, nobody know about it. Carry Festa gone in, nobody gonna Carry Festa no more. Nobody gonna Chiapas no more. What happened now? Now the truth of the matter is that what happened now, most of the budget go around the people there will work there. in a top position for
pay salary.
I go on vacation.
Yeah, pay salary.
Right, pay
and
salary.
travel.
And go on vacation, right?
Privileges of the
right,
job,
right.
Yeah.
So I think that it slow down really, you know, a lot of them. And then again, like I said, they bring in some young people, and these young people not really know nothing. They never hire a couple of people, experienced people, to say at least work behind the scene, forgive them, you know, the theirs and whatnot. So they come up with a whole lot of thing where really not work and the money spent, and at the end of the day nothing happened. And this stuff really happened to young people there, I believe. But when again, when they have some of the aggressive people where they stand up and talk, you know, their rights, what they do now, they have the artists then sprinkle and they give this 3-1 lead, scrapings, so you don't mind if you're not getting on, this kind of way, right? Yeah. And we're not work, right? But the artists, you can't tell them nothing, because we had seminars where artists come by, and with the last seminar we had artists come all the way from Hopkins and all of that, you know, and we had one good day and we talked to them. We find out that the young artists come, and when they come in, they sit down with them and they say, so we want to put the for we. And then they're like, that's not what we could do for them, man. We put it for one another.
Yeah, what you could do for the culture.
Right, and so this the young artist now, and he thinks that you're making one song, you make a CD, and
you don't know about copyright law.
No, nothing, right? no, nothing. Nothing that matter him. Yeah. He make a song, and then he get to hear it from one of the radio, and he done a superstar. He not sell not even 5, and I think, you know, but he already the superstar, you can't tell him nothing.
So that won't be more problem even when you start to tap the resources they were there in the streets, that we know the talent there. They have to be on a whole education process. You don't know about copyright law.
But we do have.
And I saw when do put off seminars and things with the copyright law. Last time Brother David was here, Brother David tell me about it.
The last time.
And I hear you mention anything over all the shows of these musicians.
But the artists not really care. They're not worried about no copyright law or this and thing and this. I don't know. Because one of the things why they maybe not worried about it neither, because most of the time you're not hear nobody pick for them meet song unless not Punta Rock, somebody on the play. Even Punta Rock, nobody they re-record it, right?
You have a problem with mixing hip hop with Belizean music? I don't think you have a problem.
No, if it works for them, that ain't business really, right?
If it works for them,
yes. But at the same time, with the last cultural apartheid, with the last real culture, and what was the meaning of culture, right? Before Mr. Peters died, the same nature, when Mr. Peters dead, Bruckdon gone, and nobody had to Bruckdon no more, and this and that, and I said, listen, they have one guy that Punta Gorda, Mr. Bleian brother, and this guy, and I say as good as Mr. Peters, because he in one class, but bring this guy in one time, nurture this guy, make him start to work.
Do you know how much Bruckdon people there in the country there?
Yes.
That's one art farm.
Well, I know these big time business board there, right? We have never get Shell and ESO and people, none of them they're not really supposed to be. But anytime when you see the foreign artists come in, Shell did it, ESO did it, this one did it, all the big names then did it, right?
They can't know the support did it. The people who run that and they could make money.
But it could happen for we the same way they support we, because you want to put up once the same show, and here this now, like we have put up like 10 artists they get for like $20, not $40 for one artist, and then you know, and we have artists where and they can't tell we say we musicians and they nine in the same league with these artists, because when anyone of them come for that we musician back there.
You bring the people, you bring the song festival, they got a Trinidadian woman where she put off shows every minute to bring in Washington all the people. Who is the majority in the show?
Belizean. Okay, let's talk all about, I remember one time they had this a seminar where they had, but people may have gone from Nicaragua, Panama, Honduras, I forgot what they call that thing. And then we had, so each one of them night one of they had to represent, right? One night Punta Rock, one night Honduras, basically Honduras and then the so that's the same thing, right? And then they had Creole night. You know that the day before the show, then they called me out for here and asked if we could perform on the show for them, right? For Creole night. See? So we said okay. Anyway, so we gone now.
The night before the show.
The night before the show, and that organized long time, you know. Long with the Creole organization.
Rehearse plan and everything. And
one day, they expect that, right? But still, anyway, with me and her, him gone, and we gone and we just on Bruckdon on the stage and whatnot. And when we come out, people from Panama and from Nicaragua, want to go sit down around with table with them, and they, you know, and then Murder Manzanares gone on. And the people that start to walk out of the place. All them media they not work to our advantage at all, you know. In fact, it's so bad that before them had some of them had television, we used to know all the cyclists. We used to know all them guys.
Before that radio,
just radio. We used to know them, right?
Never had no television.
No television, and now we got all the television stations, and we don't know, we only hear them, we don't know who now, right? Until we see win, then we say, oh.
How you said that, it's cold-blooded truth. You said that so directly. It's just the naked truth.
Something wrong, man. And then, like I said, I'm 25 now, I turn around. And then we're going to pay $10,000 for somebody to sing karaoke. Mama look bamboo, but and the egg pan is $10,000, I mean, you know. And we put up one show a Belizean artist with low name brand. And then I even sponsor we then I run with ads, nothing at the thing.
I want to really champion you, I want to really support you in the quest that I've seen that you have launched.
Right.
And I watch you for years selflessly and you painfully and on your own, you go on there and you do a show religiously, and you kept that success going, and that's how we can get to Belize and take back like we were like say.
Yeah,
that's how we can get with it. How you used to put it?
Take back with Septemba.
Take back with Septemba. That's how we can get it back, because usually if you don't have somebody like you, then it will die out for real. Yeah. It will die out for real. Like and Palazzo said to the European media when he was traveling abroad. And he spoke for the Garifuna culture in the preservation of the language. He said, my language is dying out.
Yeah.
You know, and I am trying to revive it. It's gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So before, you know, we want to big you up before, we don't want to big up Tony Wright when Tony Wright is dead and gone, but we want to big up Tony Wright. No, for what you're doing is really a good job. And